They say power protects itself. But what happens when the very mechanisms of that protection, the locked doors, the secret tapes, the trusted aides, become the instruments of its undoing? One piece of tape on a door latch, that's all it took to topple a presidency. It all started on a Saturday when Frank Wills walked his usual pre-dawn round at the Watergate complex and found a strip of tape wrapped around a door latch. He peeled it away, thinking only of a prank, only to find another tape and another, clever little snares meant to disable door locks. He called the police. Inside a Democratic National Committee office, 5 men were caught in the act. Wiretaps, listening devices, and a thread that led straight toward the White House. At first, it read like a petty burglary, but over the next 2 years, that midnight discovery became the loose end that unstitched an administration. Investigations revealed the burglars were not amateurs. James McCord, E. Howard Hunt, G. Gordon Liddy, Frank Sturgis, men with ties to the CIA and the Committee to Re-elect a President, known simply as CRP. The burglary's target and timing made motives obvious: political espionage in service of President Richard Nixon's 1972 re-election campaign. The conspiracy was not only the break-in, it was the orchestration of a cover-up. Cash payments to the burglars, offers of hush money, coordination with the FBI and the CIA to blunt the investigation. These were not mistakes, but a chain of decisions linking campaign operatives to senior White House aides. John Mitchell, once Attorney General and then CRP Director, the President's closest aides H.R. Haldeman and John Ehrlichman, and White House counsel John Dean emerged at the center of the web. 2 reporters from the Washington Post, Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein, followed the breadcrumbs. Their reporting, fed by an anonymous source called Deep Throat, pushed the story from local police reports into the national conscience. Meanwhile, a Senate committee put the scandal on television. A stoic, unassuming figure named Alexander Butterfield testified to the existence of a Nixon White House taping system, an archival record of private conversations. When a special prosecutor, Archibald Cox, subpoenaed those tapes, the confrontation escalated into a constitutional crisis. Nixon ordered his Attorney General to fire Cox. Elliot Richardson resigned rather than obey. His deputy, William Ruckelshaus, also quit. Finally, the Solicitor General carried out the order, a purge remembered as the Saturday Night Massacre. Public outrage surged. The tapes arrived as the decisive evidence. One conversation suggested that the president had been involved in discussions about obstructing the FBI. Another tape, central to the case, contained an 18.5-minute gap, a section erased under mysterious circumstances that White House Secretary Rosemary Woods said she had accidentally deleted. The Supreme Court, in a unanimous decision in United States versus Nixon, rejected the president's claim of absolute privilege and ordered the tapes turned over. As the smoke cleared, testimony and transcripts painted a picture of a conspiracy that rose from campaign paranoia and metastasized into a campaign of silence, payment, and manipulation. John Dean's candid courtroom disclosures described how the cover-up had been planned. Dozens of administration officials were indicted and convicted of crimes ranging from perjury to burglary to obstruction of justice. The relentless accrual of facts left Nixon staring at impeachment articles in the House. On August 8, 1974, Richard Nixon stood in the East Room and announced his resignation. The first American president to resign, he cited the nation's need to move forward. The Watergate saga left a ruin of careers and a reshaped public trust in government institutions. It also rewired American journalism, law, and politics. Special prosecutors, congressional oversight, and ethics reforms followed. What began as a small, sticky prank on a Saturday night in a Washington office turned into a national reckoning, a conspiracy that began with men in rubber gloves and ended with the revelation that the most powerful man in the country had sanctioned or at least tolerated the erosion of the rule of law. Watergate became a cautionary tale. How secrecy and fear can corrode a republic, one taped conversation at a time.